The Labour, Economists and African Democrats lead party President Linda Masarira has proposed a power-sharing arrangement similar to Zimbabwe's former government of national unity (GNU) in response to the country's disputed election results. Masarira suggests a 10-year stop from elections to allow for a negotiated government that can amend laws and promote national healing. Masarira was unable to contest the presidency after failing to pay the required at $20,000. Masarira believes a GNU would reduce the likelihood of opposition party supporters resorting to violence. Her party did not fuse a candidate due to the high nomination fee of $1,000, which she argues excludes many from participating in politics. In a statement released on Wednesday, Masarira said, as a political party that was involved in the Zimbabwean 2023 elections, lead proposed that since the elections stand disputed, the only way forward is an all-inclusive power-sharing arrangement. The lead proposed power-sharing arrangement aims to reduce the risk of continued political polarization and possibility of civil conflict by guaranteeing all political parties and civil societies a role in the Zimbabwean government, directly or indirectly, thus lessening the stakes of political contestation. In this way, the proposed power sharing will reduce the risk that spoilers will resort to violence if they do not succeed in the process of democratic electoral contestation, while power sharing can reduce the incentive of electoral losers to renegade on their commitment to democracy. We argue that this depends on the nature of the relevant groups as well as on the political institutions that will be chosen. Lead believes that the elections have three main functions in a democracy. First, they are means of choosing the people's representatives to a legislature, Senate and local authority, or to a single office such as the presidency. Second, elections are not just a means of choosing representatives but also of choosing governments. Indeed, in many established democracies, elections are primarily a contest between competing political parties to see who will control the government. Final elections are a means of conferring legitimacy on the political system. When at the end of the electoral process there is no national consensus to the effect that the process has managed to serve its purpose, the logical thing is to enter into a power sharing arrangement where we're setting up conditions and institutions for a better electoral showing. As a nation, we have to understand that there is always the overarching issue of under what circumstances elections can help to build a new democratic order in Zimbabwe, and under what circumstances they can undermine democracy and pave the way for a return to polarization and political violence. The high expectations Zimbabweans often put on elections tend to be accompanied by a weakness in the preconditions of their success. As a polarized society, Zimbabwe lacks the political climate, social and economic stability, institutional infrastructure and political will to mount successful elections. Zimbabwe held elections on the 23rd and 24th August, and the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission (ZEC) declared President Emmerson Mnangagwa the winner with 52.6% of the vote, while main rival Nelson Chamisa of the Citizens Coalition for Change (CCC) received 44%. Both Chamisa and Mnangagwa claimed victory in the election. The CCC has since called for fresh polls, citing irregularities during the elections such as ballot shortages, lack of an auditable voters roll, voter suppression, intimidation and failure to address basic requests. Similar concerns were echoed by observer missions from the SADC, EU and Commonwealth, which Zimbabwe plans to rejoin. The previous government of national unity (GNU) in Zimbabwe was formed in 2008 after a disputed presidential election. It came about through a political agreement between the two major parties, ZANU-PF and MDC, facilitated by regional and international mediators. President Mugabe remained in power while Morgan Tsvangirai became prime minister. The aim was to bring stability, implement reforms and address economic challenges. However, the GNU faced difficulties and it ended in 2013 with the subsequent elections and ZANU-PF's victory. So guys, that's the latest here. Yes, Linda Masarira, she's proposing a power sharing between CCC and ZANU-PF for the next 10 years. So the chimbogadzikana, development, chimbovaka, just say like what happened in 2008, although it was only for like 5 years. She's proposing like a 10-year to have a negotiated government between two political parties that can amend laws and promote national healing. And yes, she was unable to contest the presidency after failing to pay the required $20,000. Also, it's one of the main concerns akataurwa neSEDC ne other observers panyaya yemari dzaitaurwa neZEC and nomination fees kuti aiwa anga akakura SEDC vanhu vazhinji vaida kucontesta maelections havana contesta because of those fees which were like 20,000 for presidency, 1,000 for MPs, and mari dzakawanda zvekutoti vanhu vazhinji vanenge vachida, especially vanhukadzi vanenge vada kucontesta maelections but mari dzaitaurwa dzakawanda. So she's proposing a power sharing government between political parties to avoid violence inozoitika here, to avoid kumetsana, because I'll tell you that for the next 5 years CCC and ZANU-PF vachange vachidhonzerana chimuti like what we saw in 2018. And so every year it will be like an election here, and in Zimbabwe it will be election whereby one anenge achidhonzera pasi mumwe achisimudza musoro achidhonzera pasi. It will be back and forth. Saka nguva yekuti nyika ikwanise kuvakwa panenge pasina because of nyaya yekungodhonzerana chimuti. Abika sadza mumwe oisa mavhu, bika sadza mumwe okutura oisa mavhu. I mean, it will be like this for the next 5 years. So I do agree with her what she's saying, that we need a time of healing as a nation, a time of healing, a time of working together, a time of holding hands regardless of political affiliation, a time of development, a time of moving Zimbabwe forward, not personal gains, but we as Zimbabweans to move forward, because it seems like it's a high time whereby politicians, they need to put their personal agenda aside and work together. But we all know that in real life it will never happen because of the ego. And so for the next 5 years it's gonna be like election time. It's gonna be election time, it will be campaigning time, it will be time of pulling each other down, destroying each other. I mean, yeah, it will be interesting. So do you agree with what Linda Masarira is saying here, or you don't agree with her? Cut it out in the comment section. Or you want fresh elections bekunzanzi parliament elections whereby SADC, AU over Evo vanenge vachiprinta maballot boxes vachita sei vanenge vasina sides vanenge vakarerekera, because ZEC is favoring ZANU-PF. This is what CCC is saying here. And so this is weekly news roundup on Principal Entertainment TV. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, comment and follow. Bless up.